There's not enough moisture in the air. Not enough moisture in the air. But yeah, but the necessity. A lot of us look alike. I think that's what makes like the white people getting roasted so hard right now. Like that's like okay, about time y'all got your spotlight. You know what I'm saying? Like every race gets their time in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. I guess I can agree with that,
but it's still not funny.
No, like what they gave me Eminem.
That
it's not even a pack.
And like the same
this
thing
one,
though.
Eminem was killing.
Look, the same thing though. You tell white people they don't use seasoning pills every time. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, like no matter where you're at, they've heard that 1,000 times just like you have, but they're just like. He doesn't. It's like
it's true.
It kills every time. You know that type of like humor, like, and we saw a really big peak.
You know, I feel like that really like the perfect example of that is Carlos Mencia in that damn wall.
Yeah,
bro, I mean it's literally every show.
Yeah.
He's riding that wall,
bro,
a million different ways, and everyone's just like, "This is the funniest show on TV."
You know what I forget about every time that he rode off of as well was that like he rode that shit to fucking hell. Oh my god, that was every episode was at least like 10 of those.
I think there was a segment of that.
Yeah, I think he probably did it himself. Like he's trying to beat someone to the punch, but like. Like that's I guess, but like that's the thing. I guess like once one person sees it, then like, well, I saw it on video. Then I see it live, it's still funny. Like I don't know, like because that guy Bert still expected to take his shirt off, and be that guy. Like, the Carrot Top was always expected to have props. Like
I thought it was really interesting. Another day, I think it was on Rogan's podcast. They were talking about like nobody, like there's no comedians that. When they're later in their career, they don't go tour their old work. They don't go redo like a special touring, right? Of jokes they already did.
Yeah.
But when it comes to music, all of these people and these old heads especially, they want these old bands to play these old songs.
Yeah.
They actually don't want new shit, Like, they don't want to hear fucking AC/DC's newest album. They want to hear the bangers, or whatever it is, or whatever group. And it's funny how that works because very few art, is like that, I guess.
Yeah, I think what really sucks about that whole aspect, it feels like, like the commercialization, the music then becoming a commodity, the music then becoming a check is where like, I have this authenticity in me, right? And then there's a point where, I'm over commercialized. There's just too much. And I'm right. You're doing it for the wrong reason,
Right, but listen to this, right? So you're an artist, and you want to write all these songs. You want to do all this different music, right? But you write one song that goes big, goes forever big, right? And then let's just say in the fantasy world, I came to you and I said, Steve, every time you say this song, I'm gonna give you $1,000. You would rather say that song 10 times every day for the rest of your life than go work in a cubicle still.
Yeah.
You see? So I feel like that's how they're kind of looking at it. Like they don't do one song. Nobody does one song. They do an entire stand-up of things. So it's incorporated with other songs, but they're gonna throw that in there.
Yeah.
Because that's just to make sure the bass line gets checked.
Yeah.
And people get mad if you don't.
Yeah. Like that, but like that also may be like, one of the problems of our like, society is like, when people go out and do shit like that, like you're expected to then take this thing, like a comedy special and you do that 50 times over the course of the next 2 years on a US tour or a world tour. Like it just seems like absolutely insane to expect to see this like on this level. And like also for people to perform at such a level, and like people go out and kill it, but I think we may be pushing like the limits of like what the human body can like withstand as far as like spiritually and mentally, being kind of paraded around as like this type of act. And, like it's all up to whatever the musician wants to do. I think it's like when it comes to something that like what we have today, where you just have. I still don't understand how people go out and do it, but they go out and tour again. Like you said, you don't want to be in that cubicle. You still want to be in that life that you're living every day. If I gotta go tour for 6 months, so I can have the next 3 years off, just chilling, writing music for my next album, then hey, but god damn, I think we're pushing the limits of what humans can do and how entertaining entertainment can be.
But think about this. They've improved the science, brother.
Yeah.
So now you got, the lead rock singers on stem cells. or Adderall.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Amphetamines. We can get his ass out there.
Yeah. You can prop anybody up.
They sent 60-year-old.
You can prop anybody up.
Are we choppy like that? Sucks.
Yeah.
That was the resolution or what?
Let me see how we look. But yeah.
They let 60-year-old Evander Holyfield go out there, man. He looked like a goddamn corpse. But they shot him with enough steroids in his ass to get his body moving and they cashed a check on his back.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the problem. Though is like the cash the checks on people's backs, like the musicians. Yeah, I mean,
what makes you think that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, based off my observations and notes up until this
based
point,
off my back, and the checkbooks that have been written on that motherfucker. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So people again, how entertaining can the entertainment really become? Like how really at most these people are they're meant to go out and maybe do fucking tops 10 shows a year, god damn. But I mean, like you said, we're the drugs. I mean, the sound systems. You're designing sound systems that could then make you feel different ways. You know what I'm saying? They have experiments with they already do it where Disney pumps smells, the smells of food all throughout the park and stuff. They do shit like that to trick your brain, and it's natural wired fucking chemicals and reactions and instincts and hijacking them. It's definitely the one of the most intense things of your brain psychology is being used against you in every aspect of your life. Social media, your food, what you're meant to consume, the type of things they control for you to work, your natural instincts that would let you survive and thrive on a plane is the same thing that's going to be your demise. It's just absolutely frightening, the psychology that they put into this shit. It's absolute because I mean it's what's making your mind consume every day. For you to just sit there and go out and specifically prefer Nikes or to want and crave a Big Mac, shit like that. What's up? You looking stumped over there?
Facebook did a lot of updates over here. It's hard to it's hard to interact with the page now, as yourself.
Oh, so you got to go back to this little menu, a little sidebar menu.
And
then you should be able to click yourself over there, and then you should become yourself. Right? Once you click your
okay, sidebar. Then you click yourself?
Yeah, on that side. And then are you selected as you or the page?
Well, I guess I don't have to be the page. I can just go to the page.
And I think if you go to the page as you, then
that would make more sense.
Then you have no problem
doing
it.
I used to do it the other way.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's just the way the shit is set up with Facebook now.
At least you can do stories now. Thanks Facebook, not bad.
Yeah, the auto post. I was just when we did YouTube did some cool shit too that they updated to their live stuff that I was actually fucking with. This shit has hella fucking tags, bro. While you were walking away, I was just typing in tags like Steve and Mike and Steve, the shit show live, the show live, NFL Monday Night Football highlights, tag this whatever, it's whatever's trending right now.
Ukraine. Ukraine transsexuals, #1 trending.
Yeah, but what? Yeah,
scarring.
On that note, we got to work on your transition, Steve.
Listen, I look like a Ukrainian tranny. You missed your joke there. You missed your opportunity there. Okay, I'll take it for you. Imagine like, what if it's like that with like the funniest guys in the world, like Dave Chappelle? Like he's the funniest when he just plays both sides. It's like, oh, Dave, you fucking worm looking.
It's funny, but it also sucks because you've taken that forever out the pool. Anytime, like, like the next time you meet up with anybody, you get in a pack session, I pull that one out. It may hit with them, but me and you both know what went down. It's like, this is like, and then
and enough people have one Jackie Chan on you to where you would have no problem using that again and again.
I mean,
it could get used more than once,
bro. I do not think that shit is funny. Like, maybe the first couple times, but I get it because I can sit here and laugh at fucking Ukrainian training, or some shit. I think a lot of white people. Oh yeah, a lot of white people. I mean, like that's the thing with humor though, especially with nowadays and how people are talking. Like, I don't know, you just don't say things like so directly. Like, we just equate things to people like, oh, Theo Von head ass. Like, it's like shit like that. Like you just you go with lookalikes or like, and it's just all it is. Like this person, I don't know I've heard some crazy ass packs that just have absolutely smacked, and it's not because he looks like a Big Mac with teeth. That was just funny. I don't know. Like it's just the humor. It's just silly. Yeah. See,
you can almost say that about anyone.
That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't even look like a Big Mac with teeth, but it's just hilarious. Like, of course, it looks like a Big Mac with teeth.
It's like you're picturing it. It's what are you talking about? Like buck teeth, too, right? It's definitely got buck teeth.
Yeah, that's what like the insults and the humor had become. I remember like there was a whole show about your mama jokes, and like that was like like, and there's a whole show about packs now.
You gotta be careful with the mamas. In Russia, a lot of fights happen with Americans and Russians because of the word motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
In Russia, that literally means you fuck your mother. I don't know if that's because it's like maybe a thing over there or why it's so common to be associated with. But I've seen like 4 or 5 fights over there in the press conferences and shit like that because of motherfucker. And I even seen Khabib respond to that motherfucker. Yeah. They don't like when you talk about that motherfucker. Don't bring my mother with that fucker behind it.
Yeah, man. Like, like the cultures of people around the world that like we've all have our little area of the world, and we've all just kind of like accepted or created society's rules that like things like, I mean, like everyone instinctually holds the door open for people, for the most part. Otherwise, you're rude as fuck. Like that's just straight up rude. But like over there, but in Asia, like you can't show people the bottom of your feet. But like over here, who cares? Who the fuck cares? There's a foot fetish over here. We actually have a foot fetish problem over here. Is what we got.
I was thinking the other day about something similar to that. What do you think the percentage of foot fetish is? I think it's like not even 1%.
You think it's 1%? Oh man, maybe it's just been over commercialized. Like everything fucking else. God damn it.
I mean, maybe I'm biased. I don't feel that way about feet.
I don't feel that way about feet either, but I know.
I mean,
there's a lot of people. I mean,
they're not ugly to me.
Like it's to the point where like, oh yeah,
right.
Especially you can appreciate some pretty feet,
and they run into some great legs, which runs into some awesome thick hips, and a fat head, and then some busty top, and a pretty face. What? This all started with the feet.
Yeah, but like maybe it's because like it's to the point where like, okay, you buy feet pics is like a joke. Like that's like funny. Like even if they don't buy feet pics, but like it's enough to where people will make jokes about buying feet pics. Like, and I think it's definitely one of those things where like people are uncomfortable sharing that beyond they're just a sexual partner. Some people will be like, hey, I love feet. I think today again, we're getting a little more open with shit like that. You're just like, hey, yeah, you like feet? Fuck yeah, dude. I didn't do it, but
people are eating ass.
Eat your own.
I don't think you can complain about feet anymore once we start eating ass regularly.
Yeah. But people brag about eating ass, but people seem ashamed about eating feet or licking feet.
Yeah,
sucking them toes.
Let's
but
not
like,
do that shaming.
Yeah, it's not kink shame.
I was thinking something similar the other day, not the feet, but
to
that selection. I was hanging with this person, and they don't know how they like a lot of things. Like, they don't have favorites or go-tos, right? And And they're like, why do you have all of these? And I was thinking, like, well, to me, it seems disrespectful that when someone gets you something to like turn it down or not use it. So you know how you want it, right? Like if I come to your house all the time, your grandmom's making fucking tacos with sour cream. I don't like sour cream. It's better for me to say I don't like sour cream and eat the taco next time without sour cream than to not eat the taco and keep getting the sour cream, you know? So that's how I always seen it. Now, I know that might be weird, but like, you know, you go to places where like that's offensive.
Yeah.
Like where most houses I went to, you don't turn down food. So then you better get the food how you like it. Because if you don't like mayonnaise, you know, then fucking mayonnaise better not be on the food. It's gonna be real tough to eat. You know? So I guess that all just comes to predicament and situation with certain things like that, or like manners, like no elbows on the table. Like, well, if somebody doesn't care if you put your elbows on the table, why would you even care today?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, like there's like people here just like, hey, you know, if your friend is over, like you feed them. You know, there's places in the world, like I think it was Norway. It's a cultural norm for the family. If you're over their house, you eat as a family, and they don't eat. It's not a normal thing for you to feed the children that are over there that aren't yours. You know, you just feed your family. They go over and eat, and then that's it. They come back, and that's just what's acceptable. You know?
Like the Pakistanians, when you get in the village, they're not allowed to let you be harmed.
Yeah. You know.
But actually the biggest one I think about when we talk about things like that is the Native Americans, bro. Because the Native Americans, a lot of times in like, I guess you would call it their vestibule. Like in front of their teepees, they would build like another little small area. And in that small area would usually be a kettle constantly cooking of like some kind of bone marrow or some kind of meat or something. And anyone was allowed to come eat of that, bro. A poor man, a stranger, an enemy, anyone. You know, so like that's the ultimate to me. Like, go ahead, eat up. Never fight. You know? These motherfuckers, that's like a different level of, I don't even know if that's compassion at that point.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's a bad move. I think that one's a bad move.
Yeah.
Well, there's even a general that talks about killing someone similar to that. In that manner, pretending to be a beggar, you know?
Oh, yeah, it kills. And that would be a hotly debated topic of what was right, you know, amongst people. And of course, it's just the thing. Like
looking at it over top view of that, though, right? I would say, well, who did something wrong?
Who did something wrong, or who set the bar?
Who did something wrong right there, though? As far as we're living every day, the person that pretended to be the beggar and did the murder, you know, would be seen as the one that did something wrong. Even though it was stupid of that person to allow them to come in.
Yeah.
He did something right. He's doing the right thing. And that's where, like, I think, you know, of course, like niceness and things like that can be taken. I was talking about this the other day with a friend. I feel like my sister and me have a lot of the same traits, but she's almost so nice that it makes her gullible. And then, you know, like DNA is working its way. Evolution is working. So it's like I come some years later and I'm like a little less on the nicer side of it to be able to look at it from more of the other side of it, you know? And then like I would have an offspring that would kind of see it a little bit clearer than me. Then, you know, so on and so on. So like you have a way more, you know, like they say like star seed. You ever heard of that?
Never heard star seed, no.
I wouldn't be the best person to describe it, but basically it's believed to be like there's a new birth of children coming where like they're going to be more emotional intelligent than actual survival focused, you know?
Yeah.
And there is certain things that point to this. Like, obviously it's not the best example in my opinion, but it makes me think about, you remember when they had them monkeys do that memory test?
Yeah.
And they would just bang that shit out, bro, in like a split second. Our DNA is 99% similar to these monkeys, but we can't do that because we focused on other things. You know, our brain grew in other ways. We had to lose that in order to gain these other things. You know? So I think it may be something similar where it's like Earth's gonna change your DNA makeup because you need to be more compassionate towards it. You need to understand Earth more now. You know, like you've built the civilization far enough with this energy.
So the energy, I think, can shape a multitude of things. You ever just look at somebody and you've looked at them, let's say you even knew who they were, but you looked at them, you said, they look evil. They don't look like good people. And you turn out to be right. Sometimes you can be too dirty, but you turn out to be right. That, I mean, like, it seems like that energy could shape throughout your life, could continue to shape your facial structure, depending on how you experience life. You know, I mean, like, if you're angry all the time, well, your face just might get a little more angular and a little more, because you're angry all the fucking time. Ever since you were a child, you've been angry, been scared your whole life. Your face might be a little more like, like a little more open, like rounded, like, if you've just been like, I mean, like, there's a multitude of things, and on your other comment with, like, the children, it seems like that could possibly be true. I mean, you see instances. There's no way to tell quantitatively. There's only so much we see in a day. Okay. You like to think, you like to hope. Maybe it's optimism. I saw a video today. It was a child. He came in. He was from an Arab country, and there's this guy, obviously his dad, with all of his male friends. They're all sitting down, and the two boys are bringing in plates of food. And at one point, the boys just like, like they're just like, thank you, and he's just like, you're not welcome. And they're just like, they're all like laughing. It's like, what? It's like he's like, my mom's been in that kitchen all day. And all the men, like, this is like the society of the country now. It's men, it's catered towards men. And I mean, like, that next generation, any generation coming in, could be the one that's just a little more spiritually aligned to then shift this earth in the direction that it really needs to be. It's like the energy of whatever is out there could be calling out for, like, that type of, like, being, or that type of, like, thing in existence, right. That type of energy that it could be evolving it into a more compassionate self to help itself to get healthier.
100%. And that's how I feel too. And I feel like that's a great that is possible, right? You feel like that's right. And then I feel like that's what ties into kind of how you want to see it. But I think this is where people, damn.
Still on YouTube, looks like. So we're good on YouTube. Got it available right now. I'll reset it up. I have it all copied and pasted, and we're good.
Well, like, this is where people, I think, have designed things when you say in the age of, where they'll be like, we're in the age of Aquarius, we're in the age of Sagittarius, we're in the year of whatever. Because there is like a pole shift on, and the poles do shift. Literally, the poles do shift, right? So, like, we're in like a pole shift of energy that could be just changing your mindset now, man. And I mean, we're definitely the most compassionate we ever been. We know that 100%. Well, I guess we don't know anything. You say it like that, but your history, any history, anything you weren't alive for, you're taking somebody's word,
and
that's how I feel.
And not only that, but like any one singular particular instance throughout your day-to-day existence could shift your mind another way. You see something evil happen, this world's fucked up. You see something kind happen, this is a beautiful world. You see something a little fucked up. This world seems it's getting better. Like, it seems we're on the right track. Like, just that one thing throughout in your day could just shift that completely south or forward and redirect your compass.
And then God forbid that you get two like bad randoms back to back, because that'll really fuck your percentages up in your head. Like, if you get robbed by gunpoint twice,
odds are against me,
right? Yeah, exactly. Now you're like, no,
there's something weird at work.
This ain't right. If it happens once in your life, you're like, wow, that was crazy. 3-4 times, you're like, God, I'm
Yeah.
like, here goes it. And I know it's random, but damn it, randomly happens to me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like the thing is that man cannot have infinite knowledge, but humanity can continue to write infinite knowledge. Not one ever person can possess it all, but we can continue to write this down for future generations for people to observe. There's so much shit humanity as a whole knows because we have written it down and continue to work on those things. Like basic math. Like
okay, let's just say, okay, let's just talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's how I would see it. How much do you believe, right, of what is written, what is understood about Egyptians is true?
I think very
What do you
little.
think?
I think very little. Very little.
Give me a percentage.
Percentage, let's say maybe 10.
So you think 1/10 of that knowledge, okay? So then let's say like you feel the same way about Mayans.
Yeah. Any ancient civilization.
Any ancient civilization, because why? It's so far back.
It's so far back we know it's skewed towards particular people,
okay, I guess let me say this. Okay, well, what if, just real quick, what if I was to say how much knowledge, how much information do you believe is true about the Civil War?
By the Civil War. That one, again, the thing would be like that one. I think you'd have a little bit more, maybe sitting at like 40, 60%.
Because it's closer, right?
Closer,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's really because it's so far back on that one. But they wrote shit down for you, Egyptians.
Yeah,
they wrote a bunch of shit down for you, and they built a bunch of shit for you. That's still here to this day.
Yeah, it is.
And it's 10%, right? Yeah. And that's like, even that, like, you don't know, right?
Yeah, yep, 100%.
So now, when it comes to here, so now here's what I would argue, right? I would argue that I think 10% for Egyptians was like, okay. I think that was, I'm glad you said it was that low. I think it's somewhere even lower than that, but yeah, low, right? I would argue that it's probably the same for the Civil War. Because there's really no difference.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't have video of it.
No.
And nobody alive was in it. Right? So you can't even talk to a real person that was in it anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So like at this point, it's nothing but what they said happened.
And this is just straight up humanity fact, human history, humans lie. And stories change. And the stories we pass down. The stories we pass down from generation to generation, what we teach to that, because that's the thing, is teaching the next generation. That's why all these huts have that soup in that little hut outside, because we taught this whole generation that. Whereas, really, it is. It's definitely hard to put faith in that and knowledge as recently as that. It really is.
Tell me what territory was taken with any government policy. What territory was taken with democracy? What territory was taken with negotiations? None. You always need boots on the ground. Yeah. Knives. You have to take things. You have to take them, right? Well, so now is everybody, so now everybody who has what they have in today's world and throughout history has always took it, right?
Yeah.
And now who's going to write, we murdered, we raped, we pillaged, we burnt down, we sacrificed. Who's the fuck's gonna write that?
No one.
So then you think the biggest country in the world is gonna write the atrocities that they did, or the little mind games that they played, or the bribes and the back doors that they took about a goddamn war that they fought over racism?
And then you gotta sit here. You gotta sit here and listen to the person in charge at that time of whatever warring civilization, then on his victory write about himself. What took place today? He didn't ever see a goddamn battlefield that whole war.
You know what they let him do one time too? Write the Bible. They let him write the Bible too.
Yeah.
and they're still out here reading from it, bro. And I was like, I keep saying it in my head over and over. It's just mind blowing to me. First, there was two things I was thinking, right? The only person that ever got to talk to God, the only person that could ever say, I talked to God, and no one would think it's crazy, was thousands of years ago, written about in a book, and never questioned again.
Mhm.
That's the only person that's ever allowed. And then you know what I was thinking about? We're all God's children. That's what they say. They keep telling you we're all God's children. Right? Well, then why is Jesus special? If I'm also God's son, why is Jesus special? Am I too not going to die for sins? How do I choose to die for sin? I want to die for other people's sins too. How do I choose to do that? Do I then have to, someone has to attack me?
You gotta be chosen.
You have to be chosen.
Be chosen.
It's funny that no one else has been chosen, right?
Mm-hmm.
God had a solo son, apparently, who could do these magical things. And not one person since has been able to do anything similar. Not you can't see somebody who can take a step on water. Turn anything to anything.
Yeah.
These powers don't exist. These powers do not exist. But somehow this one guy is able to be written about and do all this shit.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like, well, he talked to God. God said that's his son. So who's interpreted that? So now some humans wrote down how Jesus felt about his dad and how his dad felt about his son.
Mm-hmm.
You knew what the strongest entities that ever lived forever in the entire universe. You were able to put that into human emotion and human words. It's just like it's getting more and more frustrating.
and all that for some reason for it to happen 200, 300,000 years after the first human. Like of all that time, now it's like now they chose to come and have a god. Now they chose to come and be Jesus. Like
this seems like the perfect con, bro. Honestly, it's like the perfect con. People are just like, yeah. Now I'm expected to be Christian. That's easy. It's a book. There's a rule book. I literally got a rule book I can live by.
Yeah.
You know, now I don't gotta set my own moral compass, my own moral code, my own ideology. I can just base it around one that's already in this book for me. And that'll be so much easier. And then I can give you a routine like every Sunday, 5 times a day. You know, like I'm giving you a routine. Like just fucking take your time, and then take all your divinity and only release it inside of God's house. It just is so much of it is not making sense, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you can just get a good cult leader.
And then literally
that's all we need.
And then look,
want a good cult leader. No sexual assault allegations. no tax theft. No tax evasion. Proper land ordinances. I just want to see. I want to see what happens if somebody could just make sense.
That's the thing, you know. It's like you do all that, and you live by this code like every single fucking day, and that like it's like the easiest way to like put a person on like a copier glass and just make off like just copies of like what you want, and then like you even think about like okay. Well, the fundamentals of the religion actually make sense. Be good to thy neighbor, blah, blah, blah. But the fundamentalists are usually the craziest of the religious group that take all the bad shit of the religion and just take that to the further extreme rather than just doing the good to the furthest extreme. Okay, I'm going to be good to my neighbor. That person's like the person that's crazy on the other spectrum. There's like doesn't seem like there's anyone on that other spectrum to be like I'm gonna just go like extreme fucking good within this goddamn religion. Like people out here brainwash people, but like like you haven't seen one church organization that's the size that really walks its walk. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't go to that extreme of good. There's only ever that extreme of the bad in like that type of shit. Like why is that? Like it's just like you have the fundamentalists, which you would think would be the good idea. Hey, don't cheat on your girl, blah, 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 blah. But instead, they're just like, well, you don't cheat or we'll stone you. Like, I don't know. But you don't see the large church group that is the world's largest funder of arts programs to like the billions of dollars. But every major church group out here has sex scandals. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. It's so weird.
It's a power thing.
It's so weird. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
That's
even if it's going good,
there's
even if it's going good, somebody's gonna step out and try to be a little different so that they can get control.
And there's charities and organizations that do good stuff in the name of God, but under all that one religion of that super extremist sex scandal bullshit. You're part of that same branch of the religion, buddy. Like I'm sorry.
If I say that
might be with the religion.
If I say gay people should die, but I go hand out turkeys on Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Am I a good person?
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So like, it's like they believe in God. Like, well, I got to know more. What else do you believe?
That's what I'm saying. Like, where's that religious group that's like, hey, we accept everybody. We live by all the good things of this religion. That's what we do. That's what we talk about. No scandal here. You know, like it just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Like I said, there's charities, organizations that do stuff, but you do not have that equivalent of the extremist bad. You don't have that extremist good, like that far end of the good spectrum. But you do have that really far end of that evil spectrum, and it runs deep. It seems, you know, it's just not there. Every major religion, they all have their scandals.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell the world right now. This is deep insight. Okay. I think that there's gonna be a future problem with YouTube churches, bro.
Oh yeah.
I've been talking. I'm telling you, I've been doing my surveys, my mental surveys. And people are YouTube churching. And these people are wild. It can be anyone, bro. You can find someone with 10 views. If he says what you want to hear, he'll be in your pasture. He'll be your priest from home, son.
Yeah.
Every day you can listen to him. I got shit from yesterday.
All over the world, no matter where you're at.
You miss something, you can listen to it.
No matter where you're at.
You know what I mean? And I got a Patreon.
No matter where you're at.
You can send that shit right through the motherfucking
any fucking where.
So I've been thinking lately about like, man, it seems that there's kind of an opening on the YouTube churches. Like they're not really cracking down on it. They don't. It's like too much for them to be able to cycle through all of it and see what everybody is saying individually.
Yeah, and
but they be saying some wild shit, bro.
And then if there's YouTube that doesn't stop it and it doesn't violate their policy, whatever the fuck that means, and the state and local, you know, governments don't take notice because they're really operating just on the internet, not in their state per se. They're not having all these people come to their crazy church in their state,
right?
And they're just reaching people in their homes. Like, who's there to regulate that other than YouTube? And again, if YouTube's not gonna be like, hey, this shit is some wild fucking stuff. But again, what company can sort through all that shit?
Right. Well, it's like how they were doing them child videos. Like if I go on a 40-minute rant and then just one sentence in there, I slip in, you know, there was 2 shooters with JFK. How the fuck is the algorithm gonna find that every time? You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be hard.
No, there's no way.
Or you say it without saying it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what if I just show you visual representation and actually the audio don't even match the video? And is it gonna? How is the algorithm gonna read video?
That's what I'm saying. What video? What AI could look at a reel of uploadable video and then be able to determine nudity, be able to determine inappropriate stuff, be able to determine how the fuck do you even program that?
Determine all the way down to like 2 inches, 2-inch dick.
I feel like they're gonna try.
Much more harder.
They're gonna try
to determine between a 9-inch dick. Algorithm can pick up one.
They're gonna try. They're gonna try, bro.
They're trying to pick up 2-inch dicks. Do you think? I think they're like the 2-inch dicks.
Well, once the 2-inch dick killer slips through their hands, then they're gonna, you know, it's like they're always gonna catch up. They're always gonna. They're gonna try. You know, they're never gonna respond to something until it's actually negative. Buddy, you're pressing up on me. Kind of tell you better back up.
I know that dick. That's the dick I see in the newspaper. That's the dick they've been talking about. The 2-incher.
Instead of like this, instead of like the knife silhouette, it's just like a little Ken doll looking silhouette. It's like nothing. There's absolutely nothing.
There's a lot.
But until something bad happens, bro, until something bad happens, like one of these churches actually breeds an extremist to do some type of mass killing, or there's a suicide or whatever, it's always going to be reactionary on their part, you know, like, because at the end of the day, what do they care?
Well, they actually do it the opposite way, where it's actually usually the place of the shooting now. Like that New Zealand mock shooting.
Yeah.
Just go down there and just slaughter down defenseless people. Dylan Roof.
Yeah.
That's his name, right?
Dylan Roof was that was a Charleston shooter.
Yeah, that went to the church.
Yeah, that was the church in Carolina. The New Zealand was the Auckland shooter. I don't know his name.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. But he went to the mosque in Auckland and fucking.
And they've done that, plenty of times, blowing up mosque and shit. Like, and that's what the Vikings did too, bro. The Vikings picked up on that shit early, and they would attack. That the Vikings realized that the Christian religion had Sunday was God's day, so they waited till they went to church to invade them, and invaded on Sundays after the church bell. It's like the easiest kills ever. They didn't care that they were defenseless.
Yeah, and I mean, there would be humans in history that would call them dishonorable. There'd be humans that be like, "Hey, do whatever you need to win." Like it's like.
But that's what's tough, man. Like with fighting, right? You get two guys. Now, me and you, we go to fight out in the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's supposed to be a couple agreed rules. We're that between men. That's what the man to man
unwritten rules, yeah.
Right? No biting, hair pulling,
no, dick punches, yeah.
That's really it.
Yeah,
I guess you could say eye poking in there.
Yeah, anything dirty, no dirty fighting.
But that's only about the. Can you even think of a dirty move outside of those four? That's it. That's all. That's all it is.
Everything else, yeah.
But now, can we go into this fighting that everyone's aware of the four unwritten rules of fighting, man to man?
You don't want to be that guy assuming so.
Will we honor them?
Sit there, square it up. You're just like, all right, here we go. Just me the cooks in the eye. Spits on you.
You defend the eye poke, but then he blows you.
Oh my god!
I never thought of that.
That's classic Three Stooges, bro.
I never thought about the split.
You went this way unprepared, kid.
Oh no! You stop.
You just,
shit. I do the same thing with the other hand. Then blow your nuts out, though.
Yeah, blow your nuts, exactly. You see, I wasn't going to do that, but you defended too good.
Which one's the worst, right? Let's rank these, okay? Now, let's just say, to add a little theme to it, that there was somebody recording this fight, too. There's a lot of people around.
Oh, yeah, I think
okay. What are the worst ways of those cheating ways for you to lose that fight on camera?
I think
I'm not going to agree with your number one.
Yeah, I don't agree, because I mean, like, I think eyes would be horrendous, but wouldn't be embarrassing.
That's 4.
Yeah,
that's 4 for me.
I don't think a dick punch would be that bad.
Man, if he blows your shit out.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing that blow. I mean, like, what was the fourth one? Biting. Biting's not that bad. Probably the hair pulling, bro. That'd be tough.
You ever seen someone get bit in a fight, bro?
Oh yeah.
It's pretty embarrassing because you're gonna scream.
Every time.
You're gonna scream, bro.
Every time. Yeah. What do you mean? Like if someone bites you, or you bite them?
Say they bite you like right there.
Oh yeah.
Right, and they don't let go. So you're trying to run away. You're gonna be screaming. Bro, it's gonna be an embarrassing long video.
A lot of people have always gone harder as soon as people bite because they're latched on. It hurts like a motherfucker. People just immediately just get desperate and will do anything to get you off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, and you see like guys do that too when it goes like somebody tries to grab their dick.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a couple of dick grabs.
Yeah. I've seen a guy bite a guy's dick.
I've had my dick bit.
Oh shit, bro!
I've had my dick bit. Twice,
oh my god!
Twice in a fight, bro. When you go for that high mount, up there.
Oh yeah, you get desperate, bro.
Yeah,
you're not gonna pound my face.
Exactly.
Oh, might bite your dick.
Yeah. That's why they don't go that high. You stem somebody's hips. You know, that's a mount.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that when you're younger. People biting your dicks left and right.
Yeah, like the first time either. You decided to go for it again.
I was saying, James, you actually know. First, I was over here over some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And that one, Yu-Gi-Oh but here's the thing. That guy was merciful, right? He bit my dick, but it was like, yeah, I was like, I got up. He let go. He went his way.
Yeah.
But the first time it ever happened when I was younger, man, this motherfucker clamped down, bro.
Oh,
I'm
no.
talking about clamped, and to the point where when I'm trying to pull away, he's not letting go. You know what I mean? I'm like, God damn,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
So it's the worst tool ever. But I'm still gonna put hair above it.
Yeah.
I feel like if someone gets you by your hair, bro, and is just like helicoptering you
Yeah.
with uppercuts,
Mm-hmm.
helicopter you, throw you into something, lock you down, knee you. I feel like that's gonna be a long, embarrassing video.
Yeah.
You
Oh, yeah,
know?
definitely, bro. Yeah.
Somebody blows your nuts out, you're done. You're done early.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
you
they
get-
could hit you
yeah,
afterwards,
yeah.
though.
That guy's
They
still.
could blow your nuts out, then still hit you in the face.
I would
bro,
say
and kick you.
in 3 of those 4, the people are gonna side with you. Let's say you get bit, you get your dick blown out, you get poked in the eyes. People are gonna usually come to your defense and be like, "Damn, dog, that was fucked up." Like, I think you look like you were whipping his ass before that, even if you might not have been, you know.
And you're just like, all his blood's falling. You're like,
But-
yeah, I thought so too.
But that,
You
but
know
the-
what I mean?
but the
Like,
hair pull
it
is
means
one-
nothing, bro.
the hair pull is one. No one's gonna come defend you on that one, bro. They're
I'm
coming
not-
for you.
I
coming
see.
for you.
I see what you're trying to say.
They're coming for
I
you.
don't think I agree with it, bro. If your shit is just fucked up, I don't think nobody's running up to you like, "Damn, bro, he poked you in your eye."
No, I'm talking about like when you said when the video gets posted, like you get like you get
Yeah, I'm saying like, well, you're saying like everybody's gonna be like,
he
"Oh,
should
you
have
know,
dick punched
he
you.
dick punched you, or whatever."
That was
Bro,
dirty. That was
Bro,
dirty.
if he dick punches you, but then lumps you up, like to the point where you're leaking, the video is then. I'm telling you, I watched a lot of street fights. The video is then going to become how fucked up you are. You see what I mean? No one's going to care that he eye poked you, then blew your nuts out. It does that because he lumped you. So everybody's going to come up and like want to see how fucked up your face is, and that's going to be the cover photo for that video, bro. So the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be 2 different. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's going to be 2 different ways that could go down. If he just blows your nuts out, pokes your
Yeah.
eyes, he rolls out.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
They're
you're
defending,
right. You're
yeah.
going to get that. But if he fucks you up
Yeah.
afterwards, God forbid, right? God forbid. This is how it works. God forbid, right? He jumps on you and starts fucking you up after he blows your nuts out. And then you recover and you start fighting back. But he still fucked you up because of that early damage that he from that nut blow. You're really fucked up, but you got back in it. But he still fucked you up. Now nobody ever remembers that you got blown in the nuts. Because then you're gonna be like, well, you got back. Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now it was a fight.
Uh-huh.
Now you lost a fight.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people that got KO'd on these, like literally in the street. You know, they're rocking with a sucker punch. KO them basically. They don't sleep, but they're out. You know, they're wobbling on the ground. They get back up. If they could get a fight going for like 30 seconds, that first sucker punch kind of forgotten about, bro. It's about like who's gonna win right now.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's fucked up, but that's how it goes, bro.
Even though he has a favorable odds knockout, you're there. You know, you got the same odds on the second part of the fight than you did the first one. Like nothing changed after that first.
That's how the streets see it.
Exactly.
They could be a fucking fifth guy tonight.
No matter what happens.
I don't think they give a fuck, bro. If you're getting lumped up and you're squaring up, they're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
They're gonna treat it just like it's your first fight.
That's the worst thing I ever see about those fighting videos. Where like you see like one guy, like they square up a couple different times, and like eventually one person's like, "All right, I'm done." You know, the other guys just square up, and it's just like the fight don't end when you want it to end, buddy. Like that's just not how it goes.
No,
You know, this guy's still in the attack, so you're still in the defense. What do you?
people get KO'd all the time, running away, turning their back.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to sit here and be like, all right, like, that's it. You know, like, I'm surprised most people just don't attack again and just immediately start wilding on you. Like,
I mean, a lot of people do. Like I said, a lot of people get knocked out. I mean, even in UFC fights, you see people that like they know they're hurt, they're trying to run away, but they get caught on the way out and shit like that. Like,
yeah,
you're hoping somebody. That's why like they say, that's like a trait in fighting is killer instinct, right? Because there's like some people that would see that and be like re-square up with you, and then some people see that and go, turns your back, bam, you know. Or if you just give them that split second, like they're always trying to take your head off, they're always trying to end it. You'll see a lot of times, like in professional fights, people will like let moments of opportunity go, like kind of like reset it, almost like like you have to do that.
Right.
And you
Okay.
don't have to. You know, like the perfect example is Ortiz versus Mayweather, right? Ortiz is headbutting like Mayweather. Actually headbutts him on purpose, like twice, bad, like in his mouth. So the second time he does it, he comes over after he did it to apologize to Mayweather. He's like, I'm sorry. Mayweather's like, okay. They touch gloves. He goes like this, and Mayweather KOs him. But they touch gloves, you know? So it's like that Mayweather's got a killer instinct there. You could say what you want, was it a cheap shot or not? The moment was there, he just puts it on them. You know, where a lot of people like, it's usually, that's what Ortiz thought it was like, man code, understood. That like you kind of give it a second, you'll be like, I'm sorry, you know, but this is why time's ticking. The fight's actually playing, and Mayweather don't give a fuck about none of that. They catch you with a 2-piece, and next thing you know, you're sleeping.
Yeah.
You know, so you get killer instincts, a whole different thing than opportunities. So I think a lot of people let shit like that go. I don't know what that is, some gentleman's code, but if someone just decides to break it, they do have an advantage on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm saying, like I told you before, man. If somebody decides to grab you by the hair, man. Be tough, bro.
Oh yeah,
and really any grown man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it definitely would be fucking tough.
Especially if you have like a hoodie on too.
Uh-huh.
That's when it's real bad, bro. Now you're like you're stiff, you know, and they got multiple things they can get a hold of. So you never know, you know. But plenty of warriors have had long hair, right? So it can't be everything. But that's kind of a man code.
Yeah, I was a man code back then. You know, it was like kind of like an understood thing of like, you know, it's like we square up. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there are probably like, I feel like the Romans were probably a lot more savage. They had barbarians back then. I mean, like, pretty much anybody here. I mean, you won with like, it's like early on it was like you went with skill. Then it was like you went by any means, because all it takes is that one person to be like to break that code and be like, hey, by any means, here we go, boom. Now we're all playing by any means because that's just what we had to assume.
We've talked about it before. So would you? We've joked about it, but would you really break the code? Like, would you go for a nut blow right away? You always say you blow your nuts out right away.
Yeah, no, not right away. No. No. I'm not going for a dick punch. I'm definitely going to square up.
You're going to try to square up.
But
so you're going to give them the opportunity to try to be on this man code.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to fight. You're trying to fight, yeah. You're trying to fight. Opportunity's not like, you know, but
what about if he did some bitch shit? Like grabbed your girl's ass. Would you care?
There's all
that
fucking
just man code?
Bah, there's all fucking dick kick, you know, straight up. Hey, Kettleberry man, what's up?
Hey,
the boys. But I mean, you know, like
just blow his shit out.
The way
you don't get no code, you don't get no honor.
Yeah, you know, the way I've always like, you know, it's you gotta assess it. You gotta assess it, of course. You know, like you don't go in being like, I'm gonna be this fucking eye poking, dick punching machine tonight. I'm going out here, I'm ending it. But
what is that? Why? Why would you?
I don't know. I guess there's also some like personal honor in it when you're fighting. You know, it's like,
what about if you were 100-0?
I mean, like
you think people should start maybe using your technique?
You feel really good about that one hitter quitter, but like, you know, you can't go back to your boys and be like, I got a couple of nut punches in. Like, I think also like a personal honor to it too. Like you, and two,
and you lost.
You lost. Big punch and lost. That's the other thing that's the other thing that you play with. When you get a dick punch in, if you go for a dirty move, then you're enraged other person that might get him to another level.
You get dirty.
Yeah, you know. And then
dick punches.
Now look.
You started this with a dick punch, and now you lost the dick punches.
My strategy didn't work. Okay, I was going in dick punch. It missed. It didn't quite affect him as much as I thought. I'm on my back foot now. And he's on the aggressive offensive. This is on the aggressive now. He got me in southpaw now. Like,
most of your life, you've been able to get by on that nut shot.
Well, the thing is, the way I launched my nut shot.
You've always got by on that. It's all good, bro. Yo, can we just not fight?
The way I launched my nut shot. The way I launch my nut shot is if it doesn't land, it puts me in a very compromising position, which is why I got to weigh the result. I have to weigh the results of how this is going to go down and make sure I'm able to then, you know, get into a clean pivot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can be off balance. And you don't want to get hit off balance.
Exactly.
You're going to throw like an RB nut shot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm talking like, you ever seen people swing at a baseball and then they go down on one knee with the bat? Like, that's what's kind of, you can get caught out They caught out, dog. Then you get man.
Why is that like a special kind of right? Like that's like the special. Like, nobody else does that but them. Miss Harnish.
This is kind of funny. This is. Look, also look.
Drunk. He just kicked the shit out of like his upper thigh or something like that. But you're right. You kind of fall into him. He's pretty big.
Yeah.
He gets a grip on you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? Now I put you in I say, look, you've got to travel, right, to Virginia. You're traveling to Virginia by foot.
Okay.
You're going through the woods,
Yeah.
Appalachian Trail.
Mm-hmm.
A guy comes across you, and it becomes a one-on-one fight. Are those rules still applying?
That feels like survival. It goes out the window.
Right.
You know?
Right. It's nut shots are the first thing.
As soon as survival comes into play, it's like.
Everybody's nuts.
I was gonna say, imagine talking to your boy. He starts throwing dick punches in the fight. You talk to him later. He's like, look, I went life for death mode right there,
That's
dog.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I went life for death mode out there. You know, I was just trying to make sure we get out of there.
So that's what I'm trying. That's the point I'm trying to make is. So, what is this? What is this that we're talking about with the man code? Is this some type of game? I don't get paid to fight out front of a rotos.
No, you
know
just defend yourself.
What
and you come out on the side.
What the fuck? What the fuck does it matter if I left here with some man code? If my face is lumped the fuck up, it don't mean shit, bro. That's what I started with, and that's what I'm trying to say. No one gives a fuck.
No. As long as you're winning out here, as long as you're not getting fucked up, no one wants to get punched in the mouth.
No one gives a fuck, bro.
Yeah, no.
If you're lumped up, no one is gonna be like, yeah, well, you squared up with something.
That's
you
the other
didn't
thing.
know he was gonna do that.
You talk to your boys later.
You were knocked out and he was hitting you.
And then, like you said, you're talking to your boys later.
You think the first thing they wake up?
I was trying to fight honorably.
As they wake you up, as they're waking you up, they're like, bro, that was an honorable fight. Like, you did.
You guys good? Yeah, we fucked our guy. We just hit him in the dick. We all went dick punch too. we all went dick punch. You know.
There's like three. There's only one guy on that side that won.
Oh my god!
You got to go right there. But that's what I'm saying. So like to me, there's no code down there.
Yeah,
there's no code down there, bro. I'm not getting paid. My record don't matter. To me, every one of those is life and death.
I gotta go
people die from one punch, knockouts, bro.
They do.
And then people can hit you afterwards.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I saw a video where a guy was talking about he did I think he did 5 years because he got in one pub fight with his friends. He hit the guy, and the guy died right then and there.
I've seen a few. You know someone. But you know someone.
I don't know about it, but shit.
Okay, well, someone did that. An OC.
That's crazy,
Same
man.
as I think one hitter quitter, bro. I think I'm doing 4 or 5 years, something like that.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. That's all it can take to end it, And again, not only that, any bit you're leaving it. That's kind of like the dice rolls I was talking about. When you leave up the chance, the universe to take care of you in this moment, it's like because unfortunate and misfortune finds way to you. You never know what can happen.
I always tell my nephew, avoid the pandemonium. If you see mass confusion. Don't go in. You don't even want to be in that circle of that mass confusion. No. You need to be far on the outside. If you want to watch it far from the outside. Don't be in the middle of it or close to it. No.
Yeah,
bro. You know what I mean? Look, that's how you get caught up in these dumbass situations.
I saw a video. It was a guy, one of those guys that go around. They go out wherever they want to go, and they have a microphone. They record. They make videos. They interview people wherever they're at. This guy's at a nightclub. They're talking. This guy goes up.
Always at bars and nightclubs. Drunk
this guy goes up to the drunk girl, starts talking. Her friend comes out of nowhere. It's like, "What do you do? What do you talk? She's drunk as fuck. She's drunk. Why are you talking to her? This guy's a rapist." And the next thing you know, takes one guy to be like, "What happened? My friend's too drunk. He's being a creep." And he's just like, "What are you talking? What are you doing, boy?" And then next thing you know, just like. Oh, this guy's a pedo. He's a rapist. It goes out, and then the next thing you know, some crazy shit goes down. And next thing there's a huge scrap. This guy's getting his ass beat all because of some irrational shit. Once you go in crazy situations,
I'll tell you what though, I really don't like that guy. Or any of those.
I don't
guys.
like. I don't like any of those
like
guys, bro. Yeah, I don't like
that.
those guys.
I don't like that they go to these drunk people and especially that little Spanish one who be trying to flirt with the girls and be like, "What you doing with me? What do you rate me?" I'm like, what
Kiss
the,
or slap. Like,
what the fuck is wrong with y'all, bro?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I'm like, so I kind of, not that she should have said he was a rapist necessarily, but I like that she was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because what the fuck is wrong with you? And what the fuck's wrong with my friend for even going over here and talking to your dumbass with this shit? Like, if you want to make a dumbass video, record yourself on Snapchat with your friend.
Yeah, that's
Don't go with this motherfucker who's sober as shit sitting outside of this bar. You know what I mean? Like, he knows who he's going up to.
Exactly.
He's going up to the drunkest.
He's looking for people, predators, bro.
You know what
Straight
I
up,
mean?
yeah.
He's
Looking for
my man is a predator.
and they want the content. They want you to come on here, say some dumb shit, get fired up, get riled up. That was his most hit video. He cleared 10 stacks off that one video. He loved every second of it. Like, you know, that's all it is out here.
Or the ones where he'd be asking like the couples and shit, like, would you change phones or whatever it is? I mean, listen, true or not, who the fuck is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
Don't be ever saying nothing like that about my relationship.
Diamond tester dude, just be like, you know, like just exposing fake people's chains. That's your content, like.
Or like, there's that one guy that'd be like, y'all ever told each other how many bodies you got or something like that?
Yeah, that's all that dumbass,
like,
bro.
I would literally throat chop this man. Like, whether it's true or not, whether it's true, you should tell each other. You shouldn't tell each other. You did tell each other. You didn't tell each other. This man to come up onto you the street and ask in your relationship about your body count, bro.
Put it on fucking. And then he needs a clear check.
Or to think I'm a type of bitch to do that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm angry. I'm pridefully. I'm angry that you even think I'm the type that you could come up and talk to like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, that's just like, that's the toxic shit that like that's the toxic content. Like, because there's people who go around who do interview shit and they just try to have fun. They're during a day. They're going up to sober people throughout the day and just talking. Like, there's people that do that. You know, there's a guy that walks around in an alien suit all day and he'll talk to people and be like, I just got to this earth. You know, blah, blah, you know, and just talk to people at SneakerCon or some dumb shit like that, you know?
Yeah.
Cool.
Plenty of vice shit
cool.
like
but
that.
Like, like when you're sitting out here, even when you're outside, body count, toxic, y'all cheated, blah, blah. It's just so.
And it's drunk people, bro, who are like vulnerable. Like, we know women are more acceptable. Everyone's more acceptable.
You're way more open. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's probably not right when he's filming somebody that's rolling either.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't feel like they're in danger per se.
There was this one guy I seen do videos like that at festivals. But the thing about him was that, like, he was always like, yeah, you know, like, he'd go talk to people. He's like, yeah, you know, I took some acid. And I'm just interviewing people at this festival, you know, just like, you would at least hope he took some acid and he's going to sit here and talk to other people with acid and create some fun content here, you know, and just
that
be
would
like,
be fucked up.
Yeah, and be like,
he could be lying.
Oh, you're rolling? Oh, yeah, I'm tripping balls, you know. I mean, like I said, it seemed like he was like authentic, but I guess you never know. You always question shit in the day and age of social media. But you would hope that, like, at least when he's going to go talk to these people about fucking rolling, he's like tripping balls himself, just like freaking.
He's like, oh yeah, I took it, but it was a dud.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like
afterwards.
Yeah,
after you already cut a promo.
Yeah, you would hope you would not like project yourself as this guy tripping balls and you're sober for your fucking weird YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's creepy.
The content has to be authentic. And that type of content is the one that triggers like the most negative side of like content consumption, you know?
Here's a weird idea I was thinking about, right? Just think about how, now I'm not saying right or wrong, but just think about how your brain works in this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard plenty of times, right? Of where women will be like, oh yeah, I threw that shot. I threw that shot away, or I gave that shot away and I didn't tell him. I act like I took it. Right? Like I know plenty of women that are like, sometimes I'll throw shots over my back, or I'll dump it in the trash, act like I took it. You know what I mean? And I was thinking about like, just if you reverse that, right? And now the guy's the one that's not taking the shots, and the woman is. It sounds sick. But if the woman's not taking the shots, immediately it doesn't, because you're assuming the guy is the predator. And your mind couldn't change. Your mind can't even change on that. But it's just weird that like I heard every time I heard women bragging about that, I was like, why would you associate with someone that's trying to get you drunk to that point that you don't want to drink? So now you're just like, what? You're trying to be cool? You got to take a shot? Like, it doesn't even make sense. Just say, I don't want the shot. Tell him to take 2 shots. It's weird to me.
Yeah.
I'm pretending I'm fucked up. For what?
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely weird. You know, I mean, like I can understand not wanting to put yourself in like a compromising situation where you're just like fucking fucked up beyond control. You know, and leave that to chance. But you know, don't. I mean, you don't got fake
I'm
nothing.
saying
You
just
know.
don't take it. Just
Yeah,
say you don't want
yeah,
a shot or whatever. I mean, either way, like I don't even care what you do. It's not even a big deal. I really don't care. But I just think it's very funny how like that works. Like it's almost like a woman cannot take advantage of a man.
yeah. It's definitely how it's viewed.
It's
It's definitely how it's viewed. Straight up, yeah. You know.
But I know plenty of women who are just as desperate for dick as men I know that are for pussy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like the thing about this, like you see a woman walking around and she's putting one of those cup condoms on her drinks. You're like, okay.
I've never seen that.
You see a guy doing it, you know, it's like it'd be like
You'd be like,
unheard
yeah,
of.
buddy, yeah,
It'd be
buddy.
unheard of, you know, like who's it? You think who thinks drugging
Brad
you, buddy?
Pitt?
Who thinks drugging you, buddy? They want to take you
Yo,
home
where's
that
your
bad.
drugs on
You're
you?
you're so off
You
the
wish.
market that they're just gonna take you home and enjoy you. Like it's just I don't know, man. You know, just like the way that culture has shaped, you know, men and women throughout the years. Like it's just the, you know,
I mean, that's why I said I get it. We're the predators.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
the predators.
Oh yeah. You know, but I mean, like,
But women definitely predatorial. I've already went on my spill with you of that, and I think a lot of that. I think there's a lot of what men are thinking is going through women's head. The evil side and the good, the sarcastic side and the prideful side. I think all that's in the women is just how much can you express it? Like you're literally ready to die for your pride. You know, you're fight to the death for your pride. I don't think a woman just wants to do that. You know, or like they can let that go. Where a man is just like willing to go to the end
it's
of
like
extremes of it.
we're all gonna have those same thoughts and thought patterns of like different shit of what we're gonna do, and how we approach things. Like, you know, I mean, you know, sex. I mean, like, there's women who can approach it the same way men do. Like, it just the brain, the way things, the thoughts, ideas you can have are all the same. But the way you necessarily may act in society, or like, you know, type of power dynamics that you're into, you know, it might be something that's like, you know, like where men and women differ, you know, like you want to die for that pride, women won't, you know, that type of like stuff that like you're getting into. Yeah.
Do you care how many bodies your woman has?
No, I mean, no, I don't think so.
100.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say I never really
How about
experienced, but
100?
that'd be insane. I mean, like,
Nobody you care?
yeah, but I mean,
What?
but I mean,
You care?
that's the thing, like, you know, like, I feel as though like both the men and women on like if a guy with 100 versus a woman with 100, to me, like they're the same type of like, you know, like it's a little off-putting, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just like that's an awful fucking lot. It's not like
it's way more intimate sex for a woman.
Yeah,
I feel like, you know, letting someone enter you, it's got to be at least 51-49 if you're the one receiving the penetration. You know, like this dick can just pop in anything. You know, this dick can just pop in anything over and over and over. But like you've got to be the one to spread your legs and open it up. So I feel like it's more
for
intimate.
Someone to enter.
For me, I don't even see it from like So like I don't even see it from a sexual side. If you told me like a guy's got 100 girls, I'd be like, all right, he's clearly got a problem, whatever it is, sex addiction. But I could see how he did that. If you told me this woman's got 100 bodies, I wouldn't think she got like a sex problem. I don't think like there's probably an emotional problem going on there because it's the logistics, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you see what I mean? Like the logistics. Yeah, like Les, what were you getting trained?
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? You had to be getting trained to reach these type of numbers, bro. Well, what did you? I mean, let's say you're 25 and you're not a porn star, and you tell me you got 100 bodies. I'm just like worried about you. I'm not even judging. I'm just worried about you. Like the numbers are like at this point you were given, you know, you would have to have been meeting and fucking someone every month for 10 years or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like the logistics are crazy. And you can choose. Maybe, you know what? Never thought about that. They can choose though. Like for us, we gotta work.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, maybe the logistics are actually easier now that I'm thinking about it. Because they could go find 10 guys in one day to fuck. There's 10
Yeah,
guys
you sure
there,
can.
and there's plenty of guys that don't care that you fuck 10 guys that day neither.
Yeah.
But it'd be hard for us to go get 10 girls in the fuck. You got to pay.
I get the logistics, like.
I mean, that's crazy. Like a 3, like the 3, like the average woman could literally
Oh my
get
God.
10 guys to come home with her in one day.
Yeah.
And there'd be 10 dumbass motherfuckers like us at the grocery store. Like, what? She looks good? Like, just say she looks okay. Just be like, you want me to just fucking fuck me? Like, okay, I'm coming. Like, you can picture how easy it would be.
Uh-huh.
She could get 20 guys if she fucking wanted, if she was running numbers quick enough. It's like, for us, you can't get 10 bitches at once. She can get 10 bitches at once. She could get 10 guys at once if she wanted. There'd be 10 motherfuckers. 10 broke motherfuckers in there with no jobs, all sitting around, smoking some weed, drinking, waiting for a turn.
Right.
That'd be no problem for her.
Shred the blunts.
That's like you can't even reach that fantasy. You never even thought about 10 because it's way too high.
You just
your best fantasies are like 3.
You reach a certain amount of women where you're just like, okay, at this point there's a pay, there's a certain amount of money you gotta make to then get to the next level. It's like
you're gonna say you reach that money. Like you might be able to get a threesome. At absolute best, you might get a threesome.
Yeah. That's where men's dreams usually stop. Where like I want to have a threesome, and then
it's gonna go to
everything else is behind a paywall.
You don't have to purchase.
It's a pay to play kind of model after this.
Point, it's like you've got to get to some grooming or some purchasing.
Either way, positions the power.
Exactly. Positions power. Meanwhile, the brokest, junkiest bitch can find 10 guys to fuck her right now on the street. She got to a bar? Fuck the whole bar.
Yeah. You might find a couple guys be like, I'm good, but for the most part, hey, they're ready to go. That's why I think it's like,
damn, I came full circle on that argument.
Bro, you ever see like?
Yeah, I agree. It's easy.
I've seen like those people at like bars, like that older crowd that's always like the usuals. I mean, like, what did we do when we were younger? I mean, you were just all fucking whatever was around. They were doing the same shit down there. You're just like, well, they have sex with each other, but like, there's always like, people want to fuck. People want to fuck, dog. Like.
I think there's something to like, you live in my neighborhood, we're on the same level type of thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times, like especially like if you go to like these fancier like neighborhoods, corner bars, and, like neighborhoods, it's a nice area.
Yeah.
Like a spot like Woody's up there or something like that. Like that's a really nice area, So a lot of people come there, spend a lot of money, and like I feel like they all kind of feel like they know what they're there for.
Do you think sex is more like a leisure? You can just go and have sex as whatever. Or you think there's something more spiritual and sacred to it?
I mean, it's I don't think that you should fuck evil people. I do think that there is some energy carried. But like, say if there was like 5 nice, sweet girls, and you fucked 5 girls in like 3 days, and they were all nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, lie about nothing. It was all
They were good people.
Cool.
We had great sex. You know what I mean? Like, what is there to feel bad about?
Yeah.
I don't. And also, like, what if somebody told you, like, okay, well, this is my hobby, or this is what I like to focus on. This is what I spend my money on. Some people like to do dirt biking. Some people like to go on vacations. I like to try to get bitches. Who am I to say? You're not out here date raping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you say, you're not lying.
That's I mean,
barely lying.
As soon as you put it in some nicer terms, it's like you like to court women. It's what you do. It's what you do. I can't argue with you.
Deserve to go to a ball.
I can't argue with you. What can I say, man?
Yeah, so what would be wrong with that?
Yeah, 100%, man. There's nothing wrong with it,
But if you tell me like, you fucked Casey Anthony, you're fucked up. You got a problem. Nah. Hey, nah. I just thought of bro. Honestly, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Damn. That sucks because
you was talking where they said all like
There's
serial
some
killers or all the like women serial killers are hot.
there's some there's something to that. There's definitely now that I'm thinking about busting that down.
I'll bust a little girl down.
Damn. I don't know, she's probably a little older now. Don't look the same, but that would be hard to turn down, probably. And it's like the whole situation.
the whole situation. Casey Anthony wants to fuck. That is the situation. That's where it starts. That's where it ends.
It's like, God damn, this is gonna be wild.
It's not like you were involved with her before. It's just like this is this the situation.
You know, energy wise, you shouldn't be fucking with this demon.
I just love it. It's like, but also given the situation, the situation's only having sex with Casey Anthony. That's it.
Well, I'm saying it would be like the mystique of it, you know, like you would fuck Martha Stewart.
Yeah,
she ain't hot, and I bet you she's pretty evil, bro. I don't care what people say. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you would fuck her, so don't judge.
That's what I was like. I mean, like there was a lot of teachers you'd have sex with. Like I remember, like everyone wanted to knock old Miss Bowman down.
They were evil,
everyone wanted Miss Bowman, you know.
You know what I was talking? Let me ask you this question. I was
What's
talking
that?
to somebody the other day.
Before I elaborate more, Miss Bowman.
Talking about something. That big old bitty. I'll never forget it. One time I seen a little, just don't even sound right, but I seen a little areola. You know what I mean?
As a kid, yeah, middle school,
just a little bit. You're like, oh my god.
I remember there was someone new, you know him too, where they were like, I seen under her skirt and I seen her pussy.
Yeah.
And
that just
and everyone was immediately just like, oh no, dude, I wish it was me, dude.
He's like, yeah, they're everything you think they are. So I was talking about like how, you know, most of the people there, I was explaining, right? Because I'm sure it's pretty similar with you. I don't know. You went to a different high school. But for me, you know, we were good kids in elementary. We were learning in elementary.
Yeah.
6th grade, about halfway through, we start realizing like nobody's doing nothing, right? So those 6th, 7th, and 8th, bro, really didn't do much. Had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun.
And no one cared.
And we built character. Like I was talking about things like, bro, you're never going to experience a food fight again, dog. Think about that.
Yep.
We had 5 food fights.
Yeah.
That were awesome, right?
Yeah.
So
I think there was even one that me and Nebby started in that bitch. It's like,
I remember that. You guys got in that little fight.
Yeah.
Everybody started throwing food.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, we were kind of talking about, I was like, you know, yeah, it sucked because then, like, the teachers didn't want to talk because they were getting threatened. Remember, like, teachers literally just get walked over, basically. I mean, you got a kid in here, 17 years old in 7th grade with a goddamn ankle bracelet, kids carrying guns, kids in gangs. Like, I don't even blame them, right? But you remember Miss Grant's class, bro? Never a fight.
No.
Never. Not one fight, bro. Always listen to her. She didn't even get up. She just sat at that fucking desk, bro.
Yeah.
And I was talking about, you know, how she was able to do this. And this person was asking me, like, why do you think that nobody did that? And I had to think for a second. And the best I could come up with was that, you know, she never did. She never gave one overreaction. Remember, like, Mr. Crumb or Miss Ludowski or whatever the fuck her name was.
Yeah.
Miss Miller, whoever, Mr. Rush, Mr. Johnson, all of them kind of got pushed because they had gave like an overreaction at one point. They gave a response, you know? I feel like Miss Grant never tolerated that and never gave you that energy.
Mm-hmm.
So you're like, why would I even argue with this if she's not even going to argue with me?
Yeah, and I mean, she was one of the few teachers I remember actually talking to some of the kids and goofing off with them, and like there was like a mutual respect to be had amongst, you know, the kids. You know, I've seen only a handful of teachers be able to do that. I remember there was one at my high school, but he did give the overreaction because like just like him, I think about Mr. Crumb, where like they ruled by that yelling authority, you know, to where like it became overpowering to you as a child, you know, like even some of the other older kids were even like, yeah, I don't know, he would just get rid of them, you know, just I'm not dealing with it. I'll deal with the ones. Like so like I remember there was this one guy in high school, I forgot his name, but he was probably 5'4", 95 pounds, and had the Weasleyest voice, but just the command that he's able to keep over a classroom and just keep it in order amongst everyone from the top down, wherever they saw themselves as, you know, like they come at class. And I mean, he had his own arguments and stuff with people, but I mean, for the most part, that class was fucking quiet. Just you sat there, you did your work, and that was just it. And you felt the need to do your work. You were just like, hey, I'm scared to not do it.
Actually
like, you know,
learning,
yeah, you know, like whatever means, you know, it's like, And again, you know, like there's that mutual respect. He's one of the only teachers I ever known. He had a self-funded scholarship at the end of the school year for graduates that he just would just give out to people. You know, it's just like I was just like,
he
damn.
would pay for it.
Yeah, he had his own scholarship that he gave the students.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like I mean, like he gave like $500, $1,000, and that's what he did.
That's cool though. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was also like one of like you thought like the meanest teacher, but I was just like, nah, he just wants you to learn, man. He doesn't want you to fucking learn, dude. He doesn't want you to learn.
He doesn't want you to waste your time here.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like I mean, like I think he's also a teacher that believes in the education system. There's a reason he funds a scholarship for people to go to higher education. You know, they believe what it can do for you and the doors it can open to you to have financial freedom.
And I remember like that school had got me to the point where I would literally pick and choose what I wanted to do and just get a D, just get a 60. So like I knew if we did, you know, if you participated and you did your daily work, that was a 60% of the class.
Yeah.
You had to do your homework.
Well, I remember my the report card I got that 8th grade year. Cause I mean, like as far as I had seen, like I really didn't pass any of those grades. 8th grade, I mean, they were all like 55s, which was failing, and I remember they were all crossed out with like 60s written in, you know, 65s written in. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to high school, you know. And I went off to high school, straight up, man. Like,
bro, hold up, they were legit crossed out
on my report card. Yeah,
hey, like by hand.
It's tough to remember now because I remember ever looking at it too hard. Because printed out was straight up 55.
Your grandma seen that?
Yeah, it came in the mail. Yeah, I wish I could avoid that one in the middle of the summertime. You know,
I'm sitting there every quarter.
It was straight 55. Failed the grade. You know, like boom, and it was all crossed out. Pass. I went off to high school. Yeah, I graduated high school. Like,
it's just so funny.
Yeah,
it's awesome that you did. I mean, it's funny because it probably was a good thing for them that they pushed you through because you did graduate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got one more in there.
Yeah,
but it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious because like you're not dumb. I'm just picturing the 55s because like it's so low. It's like, look, I'm just thinking like, I mean, I know what you were doing.
Yeah, school.
I know because I was I don't know. I didn't fail every class like that. Like I had 60s in a couple classes. I remember like cared about learning still, you know, to a bit. I mean, you were 5 away, but it's just funny to think about like what you were doing in the class.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, you know, like it's just like
homework. I know what you were doing in class. I'm just
homework projects didn't worry about, you know, like
that was only like 10%.
You know, and I mean, like I remember for the most part in most classes, like I mean, most of the time it was just shit. I remember Miss Henson's, you know, I did okay in. Miss Lewinsky's or whatever.
Miss Henson was another one who kind of worked for.
Whatever her name was, she also did okay in her class. Like there was a couple of classes I did okay in, but that 8th grade, like I definitely did enough. I definitely didn't do enough. Yeah, I definitely did enough 8th grade year. I'm not sure any of those years to pass.
I feel like 6th grade we got through it. I feel like we didn't change until a little bit in there.
We didn't even have an English teacher that whole year. We had an English teacher in November, then she left on maternity leave. Never had an English teacher again.
It was a substitute.
Yeah, I remember that one guy who was like, I forgot his name.
There was a bunch of them, but there was an African guy.
Yeah, that was the main one.
That's when the lights started going out.
Yeah. And you just had your desk anywhere. That place was a fucking mess.
That's what I'm saying. I was trying to explain it. I'm like, you know, it's just one of the things, like, I'm not even trying to hype it up. Like,
no, that shit was terrible.
Like, yeah, it was terrible. So then when I left there, like I said, I don't think I failed every class. I might have failed the grade. I don't remember, but I don't think I failed every class. I left there. I go to Patapsco.
Yeah.
Bro, teachers just got a different type of joy in the mornings. Like, the people have a different. It's an art school, you know. Like, it's so crazy. But I didn't even know it was an art school when I went there.
Yeah, school for the arts.
I had no idea, bro. I'm like, why do you let me play piano every day? I had no idea it was because of art school. It's like how much I didn't care.
Exactly,
you
man.
Know what I mean? Like,
100%.
I was so fucked up. And I remember like the first month they were handing out homework. I'm just like, I'm just assuming nobody did this homework.
Everybody did that shit, man.
Everybody was doing their homework, bro. Everybody did their projects.
Yep.
Everybody was polite.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's funny how like little things went so far. Like, you know, one thing I think really went far in that school was good, healthy lunches, bro. Like that was really one of the things I was most amazed with there. Like it's almost like lunch got you through the day, to be honest with you, bro. Like you're talking about if you get some chicken tenders, they're actually good chicken tenders, and you got a choice of sauces. You could go in there, they make subs like Subway. You know what I mean? Like the pizza,
crazy, yeah.
Pizza had some crust to it. Some flaky, like.
Let me tell you, this guy Miguel comes down when they were talking about high school experiences and stuff. And he's like, yeah, so I'm on the way to the volleyball gym. I decided I passed by the salad bar on campus. I decided to stop by there real quick. I'm like, what? Like, he's like, yeah, it's a high school campus. And I passed the salad bar. So I got some salad. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't see how crazy that fucking sounds? Like, you know, it's just like.
Salad bar, yeah.
Yeah, I was that's absolutely insane. What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, high school. I don't understand. Like, I got some salad, dude. Like, I'm like, bro, the fuck do you mean? Like, this.
Well, that's ideally like, how it would be. You know? I think that food is like
well-funded schools,
and like food's a big part. I think of getting through the day. Mm-hmm. You know, it's breakfast too. They serve breakfasts too. Like, you know how it used to feel when you get to school a little bit early. You used to get that cereal and milk. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit extra to you. You know, when you like the lunch that you had. Yeah, like, there was something enjoyable to that.
Yeah, I mean, like. Of course, the school lunches at my school they had their ups and downs like any school lunch I think has, but you know, it was pretty much the same shit you got in like middle school and elementary school. They had some dishes that were like smack, they were good, you could do it, and then other days you're just like, this shit's fucking terrible, you know, literally fillet of fish day, what the fuck? Fuck that. Fish stick day, fuck.
No way.
Fuck that, you know, so like
I think about like the mixed vegetables in Southeast.
Oh yeah, had the steamed one straight up, bro. Yeah,
open it as a stink bomb.
People would eat them as a challenge.
Yeah,
bro. You eat all those corns and carrots.
Right there. Open it up and put it in the middle of the table like a stink bomb.
I specifically remember AJ. I remember. I think I had like $3. I mean, I'll give you $3. You eat that whole thing. And he puts one thing. He's just like, like smelled so bad, dude. It's like.
Into it, but Nebby ate one with chocolate milk in
it. Yeah, the milk, the milk and peas and stuff, bro.
So it's disgusting to think about, but yeah, I mean, obviously more. It's funny because a private school would never deal with those things.
Hell no, bro.
Right? And they're allowed to do that. Why? Because they have a religion. Where's the private school that don't have a religion, bro? That's not religious.
Yeah, that's very true. They started their own.
You know who that belongs to? The wealthy. Mm-hmm. The wealthy said they have private schools, and it's not based around religion.
And they fund them, and that's just what they do, and they monitor where their money goes when they send their kids there. Like, what more can you do?
Alumni.
What more can you do? Yeah. You get a little bracelet afterwards and stuff. Bro.
Alumni.
Yeah.
That goes boosters.
Oh, my kids went to McDonough. You know,
I'm a millionaire. You want these donations?
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? You're going to carry this out. I want you to carry it. And then think about, like, that Full House bitch, Jesse's wife, fucking paying to get her kid in school. Signing up and saying she's a tennis star.
Yep. And paying people to take them.
$100,000
just for that. Yeah. Have her back.
Sick bitch. You're good, bro. I'm just thinking about like, what the fuck? So at this point, you could just take money. You try to buy anything, even an education, even a fake education. So now we can buy degrees. And lately, I've been doing a lot of fucking research on university prices. Okay, and eventually they're gonna have to be capped. And I learned that most of these universities are basing their prices simply because someone else, another university, is having X amount. They are asking for X amount. So if this university wants to be seen with the same prestige, then they have to ask for some, right? If Yale's asking for 80,000 and another school's asking for 30,000, it's going to be seen, unfortunately, financially wise, and through the eyes of the beholder, I guess, that it's half the school. But yet these fundings, these boosters pay for the subsidies. So they subsidize the foreign exchange students. So now they pay for the school to bring in these foreign exchange students and provide these foreign classes. And they control who they want to be chosen, what races they want to be chosen, what religions they want to be chosen, creating a school in their image, their family's name. And they'll not even let me get into fucking sports. When you talk about places like Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, boosters giving millions of fucking dollars. Well, you think they don't have some say in some things?
Bring up the speed. Where we at?
Universities overpricing boosters. Okay, fuck them. That's where I'm at. I'm tired of the boosters controlling the universities.
They're overpricing. What do you mean boosters?
This gets deep, bro. This is a lot of knowledge, and I've just started working on it, so I don't know every single thing or remember every single thing. But well, you know what a booster is, first of all. You know what alumni is?
Yeah.
Alumni is someone graduated the school,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So then when someone is an alumni and they have money, they make donations to their school.
Yeah,
That's
for
a
sure. Yeah,
booster.
for sure. Okay, that's a booster.
Okay, so now you got a booster.
There you go.
Right?
Boom.
So these people, they put so much money into these schools that they get say in things, bro. So like as apparently as they were saying, like these rich families are giving these people so much money that they basically fund like foreign exchange student programs and like sports and things like the extra things, you know?
Yeah.
And they were saying how much say they have in these things to the point where sometimes they can make roster decisions. They can influence what religions they want brought in, what type of students they want brought in. Think about like UMBC, bro. And
Yeah.
Saudis. Why the fuck do Saudi princes want to send their kids to fucking University of Maryland? It's because it's about who took the money. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with these sport places or whatever it is. They're buying a lot more than just a donation to a college. They're buying something. You know, their kid's going to get into that school.
A favor, yeah. Same thing with like those donations to the medical institutions. You know, you see the new cancer center and it's lined with bricks. And these bricks have names, and those people on those bricks, they donated for that little piece of that, and hopefully in future probably get a favorable, position and whatever type of treatments you may have to deal with.
Hopefully. Well,
depends how much you donate. You ain't doing nothing for that. You only got the brick.
Their best friend's best friend will get it before you do. That's how they got it set up. Now what? They buy education. They buy heart transplants. They buy spaceships. They buy islands. They buy laws. They buy land. They buy internet. They buy art. They buy everything. And then people just say like, how can you still believe in a democracy? You think there's a democracy? There ain't no way. There ain't no way in hell, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To think at this point that a vote counts, I think it's just asinine. And you're just going to run to people like Gary, honestly, where it's just like, get out there.
Go be a politician. Go be a politician. Man.
Go join the thing you hate.
That you don't think is going to work or work out in the end or have any faith in or even don't even like believe in like that. Like, I don't know. This is like one of the craziest things. Like, you don't even believe in it.
It's like you always got to change something. You can't just delete it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to destroy it.
Yeah. And I mean, like the ultimate reality is that, I mean, really, it could be whatever the fuck you want it to be in this fucking world. You know, it would be about like securing that power back or whatever. Like literally, like you could be in utopia tomorrow if everyone buys in. Like you can create anything in this bitch because they've created their own playground. They play by their own rules. Why could you not do the same thing on the opposite end? You know, just like, I mean, anything's really fucking possible. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking like,
how many men can $1 billion bribe?
Yeah, 100%, man.
No,
I mean, like you're talking in a world that, if experienced by us, is lit up by a fucking sun, and water falls from the goddamn sky. Like, I mean, literally, it's fucking endless. And they've managed to create like the shittiest place probably in like the fucking universe. Like,
and the person creating this law,
how about fumbling the bag?
Couldn't beat your little niece in a fight. Like your little niece could probably kill Mitch McDonald in a one-on-one fight, and yet he makes rules. That's what blows my mind.
Absolutely old.
Do you think your king should lead your army?
Yeah. Be the same guy. Like, I mean, like we're not talking like no commander in chief style, where I watch from a TV and then like I can declare war. No, we want a fucking general in this bitch. Like, you want to be a real leader of a nation? I guess that's what it takes. You gotta be a fucking. I mean, it's not a soldier, but I mean, a fucking general, a strategist. That's what you
You
fucking
gotta be on
need.
the fucking front lines.
But you look at this. I mean, look at Joe fucking Biden. I mean, like, god damn.
Couldn't send him out there.
Look at George W. Bush. You could
What
fucking
president
send him out
could you
there.
send out there?
Yeah, no one. Maybe JFK on age alone.
I'm about to say just because he's
You know,
youngest.
just because he's the youngest, that's about it. Seems the most able-bodied.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I can work with the physicality. Like, we'll get rid of that Kennedy shit out your head. You know.
I wonder, did George Washington fight any wars after he was president?
Not after he was president. Not after he was president. No, I don't think.
No?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think. Yeah, because I mean, once you're president, it's like they went and lived on a farm.
I wonder why they call it
No
commander in
wars.
chief. Not much of a commander. Well, I guess if you're
You just declare war. That's really
Blah,
all
blah,
you can
blah,
do.
blah.
All
I
you
gotta
can
get
do.
some food, bro. It's been a great talk. I'm glad we're back. I love you all.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Stay sexy.
You have a good night. Thank you so much. Like, share, and subscribe.